Everywhere I go, I'm asked why energy prices are going up so much, and we are using renewables, which all consumers can see on the electricity bill, which is shown that renewables are over 60% of our bill. I and the rural independents made it our mission to find out about fuel costs, and we have been shut down many times here in the Dáil over continuing to ask questions. Why is the production of wind energy costing the same as gas, oil, coal, peat? Gas, oil, coal and peat and renewables are the commodities that are for sale in the market. Gas is the most expensive commodity currently, so the market will sell to all the energy companies at the highest price. 96% of all wind energy produced in Ireland is priced at the same price as gas, even though it may be a fraction of the cost of the produced price. In layman's terms, if gas costs €1,000 per kilowatt hour and the cost of making electricity by wind is €10 per kilowatt hour, then the producer will sell to the providers at the highest component price of €1,000 per kilowatt hour. Minister, what is going on? This is wrong. This is unlawful. Minister Ryan, did you know this? Or do you know it and have decided to ignore it? This is the minister that went on Twitter last week stating that it was great that Ireland is producing all the wind energy cheaper than producing gas, but we are paying for wind at the same price as gas. Do you get that, Minister? Because of the regulations that are there, we are paying for wind energy, which makes up 60% of our electricity bills. We are paying for that at the same price as gas because of an outdated regulation. It has no benefit to the Irish consumer, as we are paying the marginal cost, which is the highest provider cost of energy, and this sets down the parameter for all suppliers. The Rural Independence motion today is to decouple renewables away from the marginal cost system, separate renewable pricing and fossil fuel pricing, and compare both and see where the value lies. Irish Commission for Energy Regulation states that the renewable suppliers, example wind, is getting paid 600% more than the predicted price of over 12 months. Their predicted price 12 months ago, Minister, was €50 per megawatt hour. And Minister, what are they getting today? They're getting €370 per megawatt hour. The great wind farm rip-off, where greedy energy giants sell us wind electricity at sky wholesale gas prices. This massive wind turbine companies that operate here are making record profits selling energy that is generated by wind. Now, Minister, we just want you to get this part. On top of the energy cost that we are paying, we've seen record prices of the ESB making €1.036 billion profits last year, and they're 96% state-owned. And at a meeting that we had with the Rural Independents last week, they explained 100% to us how this comes about because of a regulation that needs to be changed, because the benchmark for supplying energy to this country is based on the highest margin, which at the moment is gas. So we're producing wind at €10 and gas is costing 100. We're paying €100 for wind energy. That again is wrong. And that also takes in the VAT intake that the government take back on VAT, which is putting businesses out of business. On top of this, government are about to give €12.5 billion to the green power to these self-same wind farms under a scheme called RESS, Renewable Electricity Support Scheme. Our motion aims to implement EU Council Regulation 2022-1854, which came into effect on the 8th of October and forces all member states to implement numerous measures to protect consumers, notably by capping the profits of wind energy producers and reducing consumption by sectors, such as data centres. The EU Council Regulation 2022-1854, the fundamental problem is not being looked at. And so the fundamental problem we have here, and I'm going to say it to you again, Minister, to make you get this, the fundamental problem here is we are being charged for gas prices on our ESB bills, electricity bills and energy at the same price, at a high price of gas when we're producing wind energy at a low cost. And these companies have all shown billions of profit because of the regulation that's there. And you want to give them another 12.5 billion euros, even though they have absolutely cleaned out this country in the extortionate prices that they're charging us, under a law that can be changed, under an EU directive which can be capped. But you've sat on the fence and done nothing to help the people. There is business closing down day in, day out because of initial costs. Inflation is at the highest that it has ever been since 1984, at 9.7%, according to the CSO figures. The gift of €600 towards fuel is one of the drivers of inflation. It is no gift, but a token gesture. Because of all the astronomical prices that we are paying in the country, through no fault of our own, we are getting crumbs at the table. We will now go to the €600, Minister, that you are going to pay in €200 segments to people in Ireland. So a householder will get €200 toward their energy cost, which they're paying for their energy at gas prices, even though the energy companies are producing at a lower cost. But under the regulation that's there, they have to charge it at a high cost. ESB makes record profits of €1.036 billion, and they're told that they cannot give back those profits in any way to the consumer because of, under competition law, they will be below cost selling. And the government will bring them in here and ask them why are they doing that. And they're 96% state-owned. So the €600 that you've given to every household is a gift, but it's actually an inflation gift. Because you go to any butchers, you go to any shop, any coffee shop, any person that is employer in this country, they will tell you that their ESB bills have gone up by 500% and 600%. So that means the production of food, the production of keeping the freezers on for the production of food for people in this country has gone up by 600%. You came out then to say any business that will pay a maximum of €10,000 to any business that can show that their ESB costs have gone up, electricity costs. But we're talking about businesses per month now, their ESB bills have gone from €1,000 to €6,000. So they've jumped 500%, they've jumped. Take into account over a yearly basis, €10,000 will only give them €800 a month towards a bill. That means they still have €4,200 that they've got to come up with to keep the fridges on, keep the lights on for the consumer. Then you've given the €600 to the consumer, who now is going back to the same shops, who have to rise their prices by 300% and 400% to keep the lights on because you didn't protect the businesses. And it all comes back to one thing. We are paying for energy costs in this country at gas prices. It's whatever you go to the market is, and whatever the highest price is for any of the energy providers that are there benchmarked under law, which was known over 2 years ago when we first brought up about the fuel costs coming into this country. The law was there, but Europe have given you the way forward and how to do it. You're still sitting on your hands, and all you're doing is giving more money to these same companies that are charging extortionate prices to everybody in this country. So not now are you not only going to close down every business in the area, you're now going to give it to the multinational businesses that might be able to afford this. but every small shop, every small business, so every SME in this country is being held to ransom by your government for the failure of tackling energy costs in this country and the regulation of energy in this country under 2022-18-54. That is it in a nutshell. And your Minister, Ryan, comes on and says on Twitter, we are producing energy, wind energy in this country cheaper than gas prices, but just to make you suffer, we're going to charge you the price of electricity in this country at gas prices, and we're also going to fund the wind energy farms that are making billions in this country. We're going to fund them more money to charge you more and put us out of business. Thank you.